Good morning. It is Sunday. So after breakfast, I headed up to the sports deck. Now, yesterday we had a private flow rider event, and one of our kids that wasn't really sure about doing it yesterday decided that they did want to give it a try. So our staff arranged with the ship staff to allow them to have some time on the flow rider today before we boarded. We are slowly approaching the first stop on this cruise, which is Port Canaveral. And it's a late day. We're supposed to be in port from 12 to 9. So people are heading down to where they're supposed to meet for their short excursions. One question that I hear asked a lot is it really worth going to Disney World during a stop in Port Canaveral, especially since it takes about an hour to get there from the cruise ship? Well, my family, we've gone to Disney World several times over the years, from before we had kids, and at least once or twice with, each of our kids, we've gone to Disney World, and I absolutely love it. And I used to think, how can you possibly get enough of Disney World in such a short amount of time during a port visit? But during this most recent cruise, there was a family who decided to go. A lot of times you don't think about the fact that, not everybody is willing to fly, especially when you have a child on the autism spectrum. Not just that, like our family, we don't usually fly, but we do drive, and that's 14, 17 plus hours driving. Not everyone can do that. So if you're going to go on a cruise, especially one that only takes you about an hour or two to drive to from your home, it really may be worth it to get some of that Disney magic and go to Disney World on that one port day. 4 or 5 hours may just be enough, especially if you don't know you're ever going to get a chance to go back down and visit again. So you know what? I think that it really might be worth it to take a trip to Disney World during your port day. I hope that you enjoyed watching some of the photos from some of our past family Disney vacations. But it's time to get back to day 3 of this cruise. So, in order to go to the Skylight Chapel, you have to take elevators to deck 14. And it's deck 14, I believe this is the starboard side. I'll check on that. You have to take the stairs up to the Skylight Chapel. Okay, so this is the Skylight Chapel. Occasionally there is service here, especially if there is a minister on board and they decide to do a service on a Sunday morning. This Sunday morning we are docking in Port Canaveral and it is Father's Day, but no service today. Great place to have a wedding on the ship, and you can have ship weddings. If you cruise out of a port like Baltimore, New York, and you have family there, people who are not sailing can come for the wedding and for a small reception and then leave before the ship sails. And then you and the rest of the guests who are going with you can cruise and have a great time. But yep, this is the chapel. And there are a few ships out there that do have chapels and other venues where you can have a wedding. All right, deck 15 on the Adventure of the Seas, access from deck 14. All right, guys. So these are Coca-Cola freestyle machines, and if you go on the Adventure of the Seas, there are 2 of these machines in the Royal Promenade if you've bought the soda package, so you can get soda here, and you can also get them up in the Windjammer where the buffet is. After lunch, I headed up to start my spa day. Since we were headed to 2 ports that had beaches and I did not have my feet done, I decided to get the Fire and Ice pedicure, which was awesome. They used hot stones and they used some kind of cooling exfoliation for my legs. I guess that's the fire and the ice part. So it was great. Loved it. The spa was wonderful and my feet really needed it. After my pedicure, I went to the Royal Promenade to call my dad to wish him a happy Father's Day and then to get some snacks from the Promenade Cafe. Deck 5 is the Imperial Lounge. They're getting ready to have Pictionary now. So let's go head inside and see how that goes. Yeah, he is in our car.
See you in 2 days.
Yeah, thanks.
Here, baby.
Baseball.
The Rock.
Baseball. Baseball.
Raining. Umbrella. Rain.
Rain cloud.
Clouds.
Raindrops. Snow cloud. Snow. Snow cloud.
Is there a cloud?
Snow storm. Snow squall.
What did you say?
Snow squall.
All right. Wait. Time is up, but don't say the answer. Don't say the answer. Come on. Let's just.
After Pictionary, I headed to Bolero's Lounge to do even more trivia. So once again, I decided to sit outside and enjoy the breeze. It wasn't a nice ocean breeze, but it was still finally nicer out since it was a little later in the day before dinner. And so as I'm out here enjoying myself, let me just take the time to let you know, if you haven't noticed already, in the details below is a link to my website, and I have the cruise compass for this cruise each day, as well as the kids club activities, and for today the excursions and also the spa items. And if you look closely, you'll see a mommy and baby dolphin down there in the water. So here's tonight's dinner menu. I had the mushroom risotto which was delicious. And then this happened. After dinner was respite for the kids, and there was reserved seating, but the parents and we decided to go hang out in the lounge this evening.
Oh my God. I don't want liver conversation.
That took 2 seconds.
Let's try again. Buddy, 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 and the jam. Hey kids, plug into the Vegas, maybe.
As I mentioned earlier today, it's Father's Day, so we decided to take the dads out for a dad's night out to the late night comedy show, which was fun.
Your activities manager, Magic Marvin.
It's showtime! Are you ready for a great show? Sounds really good, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I have one more question. Is this the late night party crowd we've been waiting for? Sounds really good. Great to see you folks, and it's good to see you all dancing and set this party as well. This is a really nice party. Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Lyric Theater and to our late night comedy event.
1 hour later.
Here's it one more time, ladies and gentlemen. Give every round of applause. Absolutely hilarious.
That's it for day 3 of my Autism of the Seas cruise on the Adventure of the Seas. Please like, comment, ask questions below, and subscribe so that you can be notified when I add the next days of this cruise. Thanks for watching.